Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Working in a school, it's amazing how many times you hear that.
Yeah.
All right. We kick off tonight's meeting with a public hearing, of which I'll read in accordance with Chapter 138 MGLA and the Bellingham Code of Bylaws. The Bellingham Select Board will hold a public hearing on Monday, May 3rd, 2021, 7 p.m. on the application of Thai Chata Corporation doing business as Thai Chata. John Fidel, manager for a restaurant, all alcohol and common vic license, premises located at 52 Pulaski Boulevard. Welcome. How bad did I get that last name?
The last name's not bad. That's correct. Bridell.
All right. Well, welcome. Would you like to tell us what's going on with the application and how we might help?
Okay, I'm in the process of opening a restaurant in Bellingham, and I'm inquiring to get a full liquor license to fully operate. And right now, we're still waiting for inspection. So the only thing I need right now is just the liquor license.
This is transferring the existing, Helen?
No, it's a new one because Lao Thai let theirs, they didn't renew it, so this is a brand new.
Okay, so it's available.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can you talk about your background, tip certification, and hours?
I am have completed the tip certificate, and also I have a catering business in 2019. I was a member of the Food Hub in Worcester, Mass, and I was doing catering for farm catering and festival. And also I've been working with my sister restaurant since 1998, which is in Woonsocket. And now I have this opportunity to open a restaurant on my own in Bellingham.
Okay. What hours are you looking for?
We'll be closed on Tuesday, and Monday, Wednesday, Thursday will be 11:30 to 1 a.m. for the alcohol, but the kitchen will be closed at 9.
No. So can you say the hours again?
11:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. is the kitchen hours, and then the bar will be at 1 a.m. closing at 1 a.m.
What days?
What days of the week?
So Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 11:30 to 9. Tuesday we close. Friday is 11:30 to 10 p.m. Saturday 11:30 to 10 p.m. Sunday 12 to 9. Yeah.
That's for the liquor
But the-
license.
Yeah, but the bar will be closed at 1.
Okay. Before we get into the bar hours, we obviously would advocate that you expand your opening hours perhaps to 11 a.m. in the morning, and then just take the license on Tuesdays, even though you may wish to be closed, that you'll have that latitude if you wish to change down the road and not have to come back.
Okay.
That said, Hillary, can you advise, I don't know that we have many restaurants that are till 1 a.m.
We do, but we have quite a few that are open till 1 a.m.
Really?
So they can be open until 2 a.m. actually, if we allow it. There's absolutely no alcohol between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m.
Okay.
So we have jurisdiction as a Bellingham from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Okay. Questions from the board?
No, this was a location previously had a liquor license, right?
Yep, 52 Pulaski Boulevard. It's in the Stop and Shop Plaza.
This is to the right of where the old CVS was?
Yep.
Question?
Next to,
It used to be Bonds and
Dollar
then
Tree.
Yeah.
No, what's the
Pizza Queen or something.
pizza thing? Thank you. Okay.
No, as long as there was a liquor license there before, and this is in +1, which I know we can't, but if
No,
it's
this
it's
is
really not,
brand
it's not even a transfer. So the state is already approved?
No,
Did
no,
it-
this is for us to send it to the state.
Oh, this is, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm good.
Cindy? Kelly?
No, I'm good.
So unless you object, I would recommend that you open at 11 a.m. and as you say, go till 9 p.m. on the common vic. Are most of the licenses weekday till 1 a.m. also, Hillary?
Yeah, like Rock and Coal.
Yeah.
They all stay at 1 a.m.
Okay.
Really? No,
quickly, but
don't.
So-
I think they do it just in case.
The old 50s did. Yeah.
So if I could recap and suggest that you go weekdays Monday through Thursday, 11 to 9 PM, and then weekends, 11 to 10 PM, Saturday, Friday, and Saturday?
Yes, that
Yes,
seems to be
yes,
what
I
we
believe
have on the hours of operation right
And then
now.
the liquor till 1 AM.
Correct, yes.
I don't see anyone else online that may wish to speak in the public hearing. If they are, they should unmute and speak now. Seeing no one in that case, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
First and seconded by Mr. Spencer. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the liquor license as the time stated. Hillary, could you repeat those?
Oh, gosh, okay. Monday through Thursday, 11 AM to 9 PM for common vic. And weekends, 11 AM to 10 PM for the common vic. And then the liquor license will be till 1 AM all days.
So moved.
First,
Second?
seconded by Kelly. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? 5-0. Good luck and congratulations.
Right,
Thank you very much.
All right, you'll be dealing with Hillary from this point forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next order of business is a report from our CFO on borrowing authorizations, and we will have a motion to execute the documents at the close of the meeting, as those will take some time. Would you like to have the floor, Mary?
Go me a second. Doesn't matter.
Whatever works.
All right, then I'll stay here. We'll be up there. So good evening, everybody. As you guys, as the board has been made aware, we have been preparing to issue permanently finance our debt, which we have done on April 28th. So on April 28th, we issued a statement to permanently finance our bond anticipation notes. We had $5.6 million worth of short-term borrowing in the form of bond anticipation notes that needed to be permanently financed. And we also issued $2.3 million worth of new money for new projects that were authorized by the town. That includes $1.7 million for the town center construction project, $548,000 for the gymnasium floor project, and $60,000 for the underground storage tank removal project. So what we did is we went out to market and collected bids on April 28th, and we were very fortunate to have 6 competitive bids come in. The winning bid was by Morgan Stanley with a net interest rate of 1.1%, which is the lowest interest rate that the town has seen on any debt proceeds that they have issued. And so we're very fortunate to have that. And tonight I am asking that you authorize the issuance of that debt and execute this stack of documents that require signatures by the Board of Selectmen, the Treasurer Collector, and the Town Clerk. I believe our Town Clerk is on the meeting here witnessing the conversation and the vote of the Board of Selectmen so that we can update our official records.
I'm on.
Excellent, thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, is there anything else we can refinance at that rate?
Insane. We tried. We did have our financial advisors take a look at our entire portfolio, and we tried to see if there was any other debt that was callable that would be advantageous to refinance at that rate, and there wasn't. As Dennis and I have had some internal conversations, it would have been ideal had we been at this time thinking about building a police station or something along those lines that the town needed for an infrastructure purpose. Unfortunately, we've come back to
Just getting reverb from the multiple. So just, I mean, you and I talked about it, but the accreted payment and how we handled that.
So the premium is what you're referring to, and so based on the debt issuance and the press release, I think you guys may have seen a copy of the press release that had gone out. We essentially issued $7.9 million worth of debt. And in this competitive market, the vendors bid a very high premium in order to purchase our tax exempt debt and then resell it into the market. Our premium was pretty substantial. It was about $1.1 million. So what happened is the original $7.9 million worth of debt that we had brought to market was resized down, and we applied that premium to our existing debt in that debt structure, so that we no longer pay principal on that full amount of debt. So essentially, we asked to borrow 7.9, we received a premium of about 1.1, 1.2 million. It was applied against the debt that we brought to market and resized down. So now what we're doing is we're financing about $6.7 million worth of debt,
Very
which
good.
is why we have that special language in all of our articles. I know it can be long when we read them at town meeting, but that's why we say, and any premium achieved on the sale of this debt is to be applied against this particular project to reduce the amount of the borrowing.
Well done.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
Very exciting.
So the language to approve it,
It's in your documents. It's a motion.
Oh, the I move the board.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it if I have it up?
I'm trying,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't get it.
I move that the board authorize the sale of general obligation bonds as outlined in the document entitled Vote of the Board of Selectmen, as prepared by bond counsel and provided to each board member. Further, I move that the board authorize all related documents as presented, and we waive full readings of these documents.
Second?
first and second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. 5-0. So we're good to go. We'll just sign that at the end of the meeting.
Please,
All right, excellent.
thank you.
All right, next up, we have review of fiscal year 22 capital request. It's the one-page document. It's already been approved by the FinCom. And it is, do we have a specific language we need to read here, Mary?
Not specific language, but I'd also would just like to add that the Capital Improvements Committee just met prior to your meeting, and they also approved this particular item, the Bricks Fire Alerting System, and their vote was 3-0.
Okay. And do we need to incorporate that as well?
No, just wanted to let you know that it's been supported by FinCom and Capital.
Okay.
So what would the motion be? And I'll move it.
Move to recommend the Bricks Alerting System in the amount of $88,000 for capital over 50.
So moved.
Second.
First and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Alternatively, a motion for $153,042 pursuant to the handout provided to the committee.
So those are just being interdepartmental transfers.
Yep.
Interdepartmental transfers.
Yep.
Alright.
So that's a first by Mr. Spencer, a second by,
Second.
take your pick. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. All right, grants, gifts, and acceptances. We have two. Go ahead, Don.
Okay, I was gonna say, I make a motion, move that the Board of Selectmen accept the following gifts and grants with said expenditures to be under the direction of the parties listed below. $100 from Resident Council on Aging Gift Fund Spending Authority, Council of Aging Director, amount of $12,000, $12,304 from Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I'm not sure, DFS, the Department of Fire and Safety?
Yes.
Yeah, good guess. Fire Safety Equipment Grant Program, Spending Authority Fire Chief.
Second.
First and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Next up, water abatement request.
There's a handout.
You've got
I saw that.
some information from me on that one from Mr. Bostic. I asked him to write up his summary on what his issues were. He has been outstanding for quite some time. What he's looking to have in the last two penalties abated. So it'd be the penalty that was issued on 9/14 and the penalty that was issued on 12/14. Those are for not having his meter swapped out. He since time has had his meter swapped out. We did get a request from for a municipal lien certificate, so he is in the process of selling the home. So what he's looking to do obviously is minimize the payouts at closing. So those are Obviously, that was at 10th and 11th, so the first 9 penalties he has been assessed and will have to pay as part of his closing. But what he was looking for was some leniency on those last 2. And he wrote up his explanation as to
Is the last 2 or the last 3?
last 2. I know the 9th is highlighted, but not the 9th because he had been given the last 2 were within the last year. I know the board's only giving consideration for a 1-year period, and it passed that along to him. So I know the DPW did work closely with him to try and get this accomplished, and for whatever reason, this gentleman seemed to have a difficult time scheduling this thing and getting it done. With those kind of penalties, you think maybe you jump on that, but some people fall behind and I think maybe get overwhelmed in any event. That's his request.
What's the pleasure of the board?
I just have a clarification, Dennis. So the 9th penalty was already assessed and we're going to get it at closing, correct?
Yes.
You're asking for the 10th and 11th, which is 9/14 and 12/14.
Correct.
Okay.
All we're looking to abate are the penalty, the 10th penalty and the 11th penalty. Correct. And actually, that 11th penalty, I was informed, should be $2,000, not $2,200. So essentially, it goes up. It was what I was told by Barbara anyway. I don't know why it would be 22. Let's go with the 22 though. I thought it went up 400 each penalty.
I would just recommend if the motion be to abate the
10th and 11th.
Penalty.
Yeah,
Penalties.
the last 2 penalties, and Barbara can,
Figure it out.
give her an opportunity to finalize the amount.
We have a motion to abate the 10th and 11th penalty.
I'll make a motion to abate the 10th and 11th, the last 2 penalties.
Second?
First and second, any further discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, 5-0. Okay, old business, Shop Liquors LLC, review and approve. We got an email today from Hillary regarding council's letter. What's the point of this discussion?
Essentially, what in Hillary, we were obviously spoke with you about a decision that needs to be prepared by the board and presented to the applicant, and Hillary came up with the idea, which was good, to just send our attorney at KP Law the video of the meeting. So he watched the video, Hillary, and from there he
It's a great
drafted this
letter. It was a great
I
letter.
didn't see it.
So it's in the, I think it's in the.
Is it in the package?
Yeah.
I
So
There it is.
essentially,
I see it now.
this would be the letter that would be given to the applicant, and then the applicant has 5 days to.
Yep.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it was
that
his
was-
recommendation that we do it this way.
That's
that was
fine.
From KP obviously has an attorney that
Yeah.
specializes in.
Yeah, I thought it captured the essence of the discussions in a succinct manner.
I'm good.
You want to make a motion to, what do we re-ratify or just approve the letter?
I think what the attorney emphasized was to make sure, particularly those members that voted against, make sure that they're comfortable with the essence of that letter as it was drafted.
Looks
So
So
As
what
I
are we,
say-
I'm reading this, I'm not sure what I'm actually agreeing to. I'm sorry, can somebody?
That the letter represents the context of the discussion and the background to the 3-2 vote.
Okay.
The only discussion I have, and I thought about this during the week, that I actually wanted to abstain, and I don't know if we can change that record, because when we went through the vote, I was thinking abstain, and it was my mistake. I wanted to abstain from the vote. I don't know if we can change that, but probably not. If not, I'll just live with what by
It
saying
was a
yay.
public hearing, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't
no
think
problem,
so.
but I know I was pretty, that I was going to abstain, and I misunderstood Mr. Connor, and it was my mistake. So, no big deal, but,
Luckily, it won't really affect the.
no, I don't think it will. It won't affect anything. No, I understand that, but it was just more for the record.
Yeah.
how I was feeling, because the vote did not, my vote wasn't how I felt.
So we're basically saying, it's a recap of what we said at the
Yeah,
meeting.
it's
Yes,
accurate.
I'm trying to read it and still
Yeah.
get caught up
We
in the
have
mumbo
to-
jumbo of
We
the.
have to by law send them a decision letter.
Okay,
So the attorney wants to make sure what this letter says is
Yeah.
the reasons why you guys came to that decision.
It's similar to approving the minutes, I think, you know.
It's,
All right.
to me, it
Represents what it
captures
was.
it all. I don't see anything missed here.
And essentially, he watched the meeting
Yeah.
and tried to summarize what the intent of the board was.
Make a motion to approve the letter from council to be sent to the applicant.
Second?
Yeah, just to clarify, it'd be council's letter under my signature, just so that it's not council's letter. It's coming from us.
That would be the letter coming from.
Yeah, yeah. First, seconded, any further discussion?
Mhm.
Hearing none, seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed, none, 5-0. New business, any? I just remind everyone that tomorrow is an election day, and hours are 12 to 8. I'm sure that we will represent the majority of the people voting in this town.
That's fine with us.
We have this bid award for South Main Street water service replacement.
We missed that one.
I think I put it on your agenda, didn't
Yeah, it's up top.
There we go. Good catch.
All right,
Thanks,
Kelly.
Kelly.
Will be calling
still
in the
sharp,
morning.
Kel. I'm sorry I'm not getting enough sleep.
Sharp
I
eyes.
like it.
Let's get a lot of sun, and
It's your motion then.
No, it's- All right, I move that the contract 2021-SWMP South Main Street Water Service Replacement plus other buried infrastructure be awarded to the low bidder KJS LLC from Walpole, Mass.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none. Big disparity, 1.2 million down to 650.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, town administrator's report.
We're on course for May 26th town meeting in the auditorium. We had our final meeting with the finance committee tonight. All went well. We did quite a few amendments based on the contracts that were approved by the board last week. So we get that moving forward. There is a project before the zoning board of appeals on Thursday night. It's essentially a warehouse or a proposed warehouse distribution is what they're suggesting on the corner of Maple Street and Route 140, where the two-sided car is, and you can decide which way it's going, that corner. It's an interesting lot in that it's split zone. Part of it is business, part of it is industrial. And essentially, they're going before the zoning board before they go to the planning board, because the commercial piece or the business piece is close to or is on the Maple Street side of that parcel. So if they were to develop it the way they would be allowed to, given the zoning that it is right now, the truck bays would be very visible as you're coming down Route 140 approaching the town of Bellingham. So what they want to do is they want to slide the building towards Maple Street and put the trucks on the other side, which is the industrial side of the property. So they need a variance. I encourage you to tune in and hear what the applicant has to say. I think it makes good sense, because if the variance is denied, they'll still be able to build the project. It's just that those truck bays, loading docks will be the first thing that you see as you're approaching the town. And Jim, you've been working quite a bit with it. You can fill in the missing pieces.
You hit on it pretty much. The only other thing I would say is if it is granted, obviously it has to go to the planning board next for a development plan review, and that's a special permit as well. And this applicant at least has shown a lot of good effort and teamwork to prioritize that corner of Maple Street. He's taken some early suggestions about really dolling it up. It's going to be it's one of the entrances to Bellingham, so putting a lot of effort into making it look presentable and nice. And the building itself, he does it's much of the same that you see in some of these other high quality warehouse buildings, so tilt up construction and it's top of the line everything. So So yes, it would be a two-step process. The use variance wouldn't grant them to build right away. They would have to then, bring it to the planning board where we'll start getting into the design phase.
But absent the use variance, they'll still be able to build the same project. It's just that they won't be able to lay it out on the site in a way that I think will be less impactful visually.
Cindy and I met with two of them, and basically it reminds me of a duplicate of Lindenmeyer. With the trucks on the other side, you don't see them. They want to work well, and again, it becomes a gateway entrance that I think we can get something out of aesthetically for that intersection. And the tax revenue is huge.
Yeah.
We're getting, was it 4 or 6?
Yeah, with
100,000.
Yeah, with 125,000 square foot building, I forget where we are now.
I think it'll probably be in the 3 range
Was it?
with a 100,000 square foot building. I think.
I thought they were saying 125, 135.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
either way, it's a lot more than we're getting from them right now.
The impact actually to Maple Street, when you think about that intersection, will be fairly minimal. It won't be.
The entrance would be right across from Rapid and Port,
Exactly.
right out of the light. It's
So-
just whatever mitigation we can.
And looking at the drawing in the building, it looks like they really are planning to do something nice. One thing I did ask Jim is that we can work with them maybe to extend the third lane on Maple Street a little further down because it's too short right now.
It is.
And you're sitting there, so if it was another 50 to 75 yards longer, that third lane on the right-hand side, to take a right.
I completely agree with that.
Otherwise, I mean, as a resident, I to me, this is not bad at all. This is actually good, and the revenue is really good, and the building looks nice. I don't know who the builder is. It's not Campanelli, is it?
No, it's not one.
No
of
one
his,
we've done business with
no.
before?
He's in the North Shore. He does most of his work up that way.
And
And
he has a fairly extensive portfolio.
He does,
He's done
good.
a lot of this type of work.
have you, did he show you any like renderings of other work that he's done in the North Shore?
Yep.
So you've seen it, like
And he
the
has
quality
a-
of the construction, but just like, as we've talked about, having that entrance look really special coming into Bellingham, that would be a nice way, gateway into
When we
Bellingham.
mentioned to mitigate the height, if possible, to slope up so that the dirt's going into like the base of the second
Yeah.
story
Uh-huh.
of that would
Yeah.
make it look like a smaller building from the street.
That'd be nice.
It also has a really nice curb appeal. Look,
It
literally,
does.
he's got the sketch that he showed
The
us,
Bellingham.
said, welcome to
Wow,
Bellingham.
it
It
looks
just
nice.
really looked like a nice, classy,
Yep.
not storefront, but like visual that you would drive into our
Well,
town.
Lindenmeyer's not bad to look at either,
No.
you know.
No,
you drive
this
by,
was
you
like,
don't
this
see
was
the
like
truck.
Bellingham. It was
Yeah.
like, wow, it was
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, the whole warehouses.
Tax dollars.
So we'll
Keep
be,
our CFO happy.
I'm only
Yes.
kidding, but
Hey, it's a perfect location for it. What else is it gonna be?
really
Another
is.
gas
It
station?
really is.
I hope they could deliver what they showed us with the visuals. It looked
So
really
it
nice.
is Thursday night with the zoning board, 7 o'clock. Is it right at 7 o'clock? Eddie?
It's the second one on, so probably about 7:30.
Yeah, so if you
7:30.
have an opportunity.
All right, well, I
I
know
think
I
it's
have
good
it.
the zoning
I'll
board
do it.
knows that,
I'm in favor of it.
It does make
Can we
sense.
attend in
If they
person?
approve it, does it have to go to town meeting?
No,
No,
if
okay,
they
good.
approve it, if they're going to the planning board either way, it's just
Yeah.
a matter of how it's
How
configured.
it's- I got
And
you.
it just makes a lot more sense to do it this way.
Just the variance, not change zone, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It doesn't change it.
Good.
It's a use variance, but it is all, business and industrial on the other side, so it's not like it's residential.
That makes sense.
It looked like separate topic, the houses that are part of the apartment complex, looks like they were disconnecting the water and everything this week.
Yes, you talk about the Curtis Apartments.
Yeah.
We had a pre-construction meeting with them last week, and they're expecting to start site work probably either this week or next week, and then really get going and mobilizing mid-May.
Great.
And the only other thing that troubled me was that Bonby lied to us the last time he was here.
How so?
What?
Can you expand?
What do you mean by that?
Well, he said he was gonna be starting and going before conservation and everything else, and he seems to be dragging his feet. It's been almost a year since he's
Yeah.
been here.
Yeah, from at all, any indication, I know they did some preliminary stuff with Concom and then,
They're in front of conservation technically still for delineation of the phase 1, but it's been slow going.
I
And
mean, we should be in
Can we
phase
bring him
2.
back in?
of
Can we bring him back
construction.
in? Is that, Mr. Chairman? Can we
Yes,
bring him back in and say
I
what's
completely
going on?
agree. I mean, because
I
at
mean,
this
we
point,
were
I would
like
say the
full-
next action is to go back and rescind what we did.
It's just, I know I've heard that, it's just difficult in that you've got certain things that have been recorded on deeds, actions that were taken,
Yeah.
and it makes it very difficult to undo it. The best part is the golf course is protected in all
In perpetuity.
perpetuity, either as open space or as a golf course, so it can never be developed. The rest of the site can be developed as housing, but, you know, that's pretty much.
I guess Rod owns it as long as he's happy.
Yeah. So,
Which is what you said, right, Dennis, when I asked you, Rod is
Yeah.
not.
Rod, the conversations I've had with the owner of the course, he's still a believer, but this was what he feared. And I remember having the conversation with him 4 years ago, when this was going through the process. He says, it's a great deal of faith that I'm putting in this man because I lose all my leverage. Because he doesn't get paid, the owner of the golf course, his hands are tied, he doesn't get paid until the first building, until all the infrastructure is done. His deal is, once the infrastructure is done, then he starts getting paid. So until that time, he's running a golf course and that's it.
It's been like the best housing market
Never.
probably of our lifetime in Bellingham, and
Yeah.
lost all that.
Anything else, Dennis?
Yeah, just, I don't know if we brought up the fact that we're looking at doing a vaccination clinic at the high school for high school students. Bruce has been working on that. They're offering it in all the towns, and he's been working closely with the superintendent, school superintendent on that. So hopefully that's going to happen. I thought they had talked about May 12th being a date, but I haven't heard anything since time. It's an offshoot of the Uxbridge clinic. So Uxbridge is really, they're tough. They're getting 5,000 vaccinations a week. I don't know how many they're putting out, but they're doing a great job over there. Yeah, they're looking at a one-day clinic up there open to students that want to participate. I'm sure there's some sort of process where parents have to be notified and they'll do whatever they need to do. But in case you hear anything about that, I know that was in the works.
Just actually tying into that, when's the seniors' last day at the high school?
It's like 2 more weeks.
Isn't it like, and isn't like next week the mandatory all high school students are back in person learning?
Yeah.
So they're gonna be there for 1 week?
No, they're all back.
They're there.
Oh, they're there already?
They got
Oh, but didn't the state put a deadline?
Yeah.
Of what-
That's for the schools that hadn't opened yet.
26.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
started last
Oh, I
week.
thought the state was like mid-May for some
No.
reason. Okay.
And then Worcester just started today because they had an extension.
Yeah, okay. My son's school that he teaches at, they must have got an extension as well, because their seniors are going back for 1 week.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
why not just go the extra week for the extension? But, all right.
They want to have all the party events.
Yeah.
Last week.
They do, that's what the whole week is like. And if you have nothing else, nothing under new business, with that, reminder about the election, and that at our May 17th meeting, we will reorganize. Having achieved our agenda, all those in favor of
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn, thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none.